Converting stuttering into natural fluency for most is a relatively easy step along our road to mind and body peace, to overcome chaos like stuttering. We must create peace at every level: body, mind, life, for healing to be complete. In the end, we realize that our lives are in our minds. The quality of our lives will depend on the degree to which we control our thoughts. Our methods are based on retraining the mind to view our speech, ourselves, and our lives as calm, creative, joyful, and ever improving. We have proved that our methods work, and I hope that you will begin using them now. I will leave you with the words of the divine Edgar Allan Poe from his classic poem, A Dream Within a Dream. Quote, "You are not wrong who deem that my days have been a dream. Yet if hope has flown away in a night or in a day, in a vision or in none, is it therefore the less gone? All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream."
I enjoyed a lot your talk, and I fully agree with everything you said because, for example, the first time I read your book, just by the hope you gave me that I could overcome stuttering, my speech improved from just like that. And of course, that is because of everything you explained today.
Wonderful talk, very inspiring, right up my alley. Uh, this talk is this topic was mainly about a little bit of spirituality and overall addressing the mind. Our physical is a representation of our mental, and that's actually what Coach Lee mentioned, that our physical is a representation of our mental. Even further, our speech or sound is a representation of our present mental state. So the body could be our body is a representation of our mental state, but it could be the past mental state. It could be someone that maybe got into an accident and that was something that happened in the past, and then in the present you can physically see it on their body. But our speech, however, the sound that comes from our mouth is a present mental state. There's something that you can't trick, you can't hide really. You know, the way that you sound is actually representing how you feel right now. So that's why speech is such a vital part of our being.
Coach Lee, this was my favorite talk of yours so far, even though every talk of yours is great, of course. And this is not about your speech, of course, because your speech, there's there's nothing bad to say here. But in terms of the topic, similar to Hassan, this was right up my alley. I've been experiencing myself with quantum healing in the past couple of years, and I have seen it work and felt it work, and it's great that this gets a platform. And this is, of course, also the part that really fascinated me about your book or your books. I started with the big one, and yeah, this was the thing that really fascinated me about it. That like everything is possible in a way. And this, similar to what Javier said, this also had an immediate effect on my speech.
Well done, Lee. This speech was amazing. And I just wanted to ask that, how are you able to write so many complex words, take out so much time, and then make such a perfect speech? Like whenever I write in my English exams, they don't end well. But your speech has so many different words, complex words. It's so long and it's so perfect, like it's unbelievable. Like, what's the way that you make them?
Yes, you're going to do great, young man. I guarantee you that. You're speaking very well, I might add. You're a handsome guy. You're very intelligent, and you're very willing to contribute here with a bunch of old people that are even 30 years old and even older than that, if you can imagine such an ancient age. No, but writing speeches is I love to do it. Look, I've written 8 books, most of them related to stuttering, and that's fun for me. And writing talks is fun. And in this case, I was reading a book that fascinated me, and I wanted to share it, and imposed my own thoughts on it throughout. But it's like everything else. It's like riding a bicycle. The more you ride it, Yassine, the better you ride the bike. And so the more you talk, the better you talk. And since you said that, I want to commend you further for number one, being so open to be number one, present at this meeting at your age. Number two, to show your face at this age as you do. And then to have the temerity, the courage, if you will, to raise your hand and talk to these old people, such as yourself, an ancient person, that you can do this is so much to your credit. I would be, if you were my son or grandson or great grandson or whatever, I would be so proud.
I just wanted to say that it was a wonderful speech, Coach Lee. It was really inspiring. And being an Indian, I related to a lot about what you said about spirituality and the power of your mind and stuff like Ayurveda, because that's practiced a lot in India.
That was a very, very, very good talk, and I learned a lot. And I wanted to say that persistence was one of the things that really helped me become a PWSS. So thank you, Lee.
You're welcome, Talib. Thanks for your comments.
Lee, magnificent speech as always. Quite frankly, I don't think you've ever given a bad one in your life, and it's always a treat to listen in on them. I don't really have a question. I just want to make a comment and say that on this week of Christmas, I want to immensely thank you for the ultimate gift of fluency. It's always been a gift that I wanted to find underneath my tree every year, but no lie, on this very week, 2 years ago, I finally found that gift in your amazing book called How to Stop Stuttering and Love Speaking. So thank you for all the guidance, wisdom, and love you've given to me and many others these past 2 years. And I'll just end by saying, Lee, you are the gift that keeps on giving. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you for those lovely comments, Danny.
So if it wasn't for you, Coach Lee and Coach Denny, I wouldn't have been in this program, because there was one video on my YouTube recommended with both of you, and I'm just so thankful I clicked on it, because that's what made me join the program. I watched many videos of you, Coach, and Coach Danny, and I just want to appreciate what you said, Coach Lee, because I'm a psychology major, and all the topics that you said really resonated with me. And the part that I loved about your speech was the self-manufactured belief, because I've had many beliefs in my head related to my speech, and I've seen how if I keep thinking them, it manifests in a physiological response where I can't get the thing across. But because I've stayed in your program for a month or two, I've retrained my mind through mind training, and I'm able to just bridge all these beliefs. And I'm going to thank you for that.
You're very welcome, and keep coming and keep talking at the meetings and contribute. You're gonna help yourself and you're gonna help us too.
Lee, I just wanted to say thank you, not just for this inspiring speech, but for everything, really. I'm not going to try to list all of the things that I'm thankful for because it would be too long, and might, like, I would, go on for quite a bit. But yeah, I'm like everyone else here, I'm very grateful for everything that you do. I am still at PWS, but that's primarily because I've only started attending these talks recently, and I have not put in even close to as much time as I should be, primarily just because of life. But I am increasingly putting in more time and more of everything into this, and it is paying back for sure.
Well, it's now time to close our meeting. I hope you've enjoyed exchanging thoughts with ex-stutterers and those fast becoming ex-stutterers. I will now close with our motto. Feel free to say it along with me. If you can say one word anywhere, anytime, you can say and love to say any word anywhere, anytime. Until next Saturday, have a great weekend.